Right, we're going to look at how to factorize quadratic expressions where the a term, the term in front of x squared, is bigger than 1. And we're going to do that by using a technique called splitting the x term. So the first thing we need to do in this method is we need to multiply the a term by the very last term. So we get 2 times 7 is 14, and now we're going to look for factors of 14 that are going to add together to make 9. And of course the factors are 2 and 7. So what we do is we rewrite the whole expression, but we split up the 9x, so it's made of 2x and 7x. So what we get is 7x squared plus, doesn't matter which order I do this in, 2x plus 7x plus 2. Now, the next step is to put brackets around the first two terms and then put brackets around the second two terms. Okay, so what we're going to do now is simply look for a common factor. Now in the first bracket, I have 7x squared plus 2x. My common factor is x, and that's all. So if I remove x from 7x squared, I get 7x. And if I remove x from 2x, I get plus 2. Okay, keep the plus sign. And here, I have no common factors except for 1. So I write down 1, and I have 7x plus 2 here. And now, my solution is, both of my factors are here. My first factor is 7x plus 2. And my other factor is here, the ones outside the bracket, so x plus 1. And that's the solution for number 1. Okay, now we're going to go on and do number 2. It is done in exactly the same way. So first of all, we multiply the 3 by negative 6, and we get negative 18. Okay, and we want factors of negative 18 that are going to add up to minus 7. So that's going to be minus 9 times positive 2. And when we add those two up, it's going to equal negative 7. So we do exactly the same thing. We write out the whole expression, 3x squared. And now we're going to put in our two terms instead of minus 7x. Now, piece of advice, always, if you've got a choice, always do the negative term first. So I'm going to write minus 9x plus 2x minus 6. Same thing, we put brackets around the first two, brackets around the second two, and now we look for common factors. So in our first set of brackets, our common factor is 3x. And that leaves us with x minus 3. And then in our second bracket, our common factor is 2. And we've got x minus 3. Now, this is the step that you know whether you've done something right. This bracket and this bracket should be identical. If they're not, go back and check your factoring because you've done something wrong. Okay, so our solution here is the factor in the brackets, x minus 3, and the factor on the outside, 3x plus 2. And that's the answer to question 2.